Hello, and welcome back. This time to a new game, Whispers of a Machine.
And there's no corn in this one.
There is no corn in this one. As you might have guessed, I am joined with my sibling Mots.
Hello!
Who is excited about the lack of corn.
I'm excited to get into a more serious game again.
Yeah, this is actually made by the same developers as Kathy Rain and was visible in the corner of the main menu screen.
Yes.
Every time you boot up the game, advertising the existence of this game.
It sounded cool, so, I'm excited to get into it. It's futuristic.
Yeah.
Maybe post-apocalyptic, which is always a plus for mods here. I love futuristic, and I love post-apocalyptic.
Now, I will say, unlike the previous games, neither of us have played or seen anything in this game.
Yeah, this time both of us have no idea what's in this game, and it said that there was a nudity check on and off, which we left on, so we'll find out if we regret that. Yeah?
Yeah, it's a pixel art style, same as Kathy Rain, so we're not sure whether or not that may need to be changed. I suppose it really depends on how descriptive they get.
Yeah, how... Yes, it really depends on that. You might have to blur it out or, because just YouTube, I don't know how YouTube, flags
YouTube's very, very twitchy. Sometimes it is how dare, and other times it completely ignores you.
Yes.
I will also say that I do not particularly have much experience with pixelating or blurring things. So I may or may not have to insert tasteful cover images if something seems a bit too much. I mean, we might also end up getting a little bit into it and then immediately flipping nudity off.
Yep, entirely possible.
Yeah, excited to get started, and well, let's get going.
Yes, let's dive right in.
Also, I will mention the mouse sensitivity is not very high, but it's real weird.
Oh, weird.
I can't quite find a good. It both seems too sensitive and not sensitive enough.
Weird.
Probably stick around there where it was.
Yeah, find the best in between you can.
Yeah, because I don't know if we're going to be presented with any timed puzzles. And
I have no idea.
if there are timed puzzles, a very slow mouse is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Game uses autosaves. Decisions
Is
are
it
permanent. Warning for fast flashing lights, which may cause discomfort and trigger seizures if you have photosensitive epilepsy.
Content warning right there, guys.
Thank you, game, for informing us. Wish more games did that.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, a lot of games
what's
do.
with the gloomy look? Left someone dear behind?
Yeah, there are a lot of games that do that, but I don't feel that it's quite enough games
That's fair.
that do it when it's actually important.
Good point. Why does that man look like Tintin? From The Adventures of Tintin.
I believe that's just Tintin. I can't point with the cursor, but
I think everyone knows
one.
who that. Okay, if you know who Tintin is, you'll pick him out.
Okay, the enter button will not progress. Wait. Nope, not spacebar either. It has to be mouse click.
Yeah.
Oh!
You could say that.
Definitely not Tintin.
Been there. So, Nord Sunday, you better buckle up. We've got some nasty weather coming in.
Sir, there are no buckles
There
on this
are
train.
no buckles on this. This is a very, very unsafe moving transport vehicle of whatever it is.
Yeah.
I heard. Sadly, caring about storms is a luxury people in my line of work are rarely afforded.
I wonder what she does.
Hmm.
Also, love her haircut.
Yes, great haircut. I'd also just like to say, you gotta love that the 3 people on this train, the only 3 people on this train,
Yes.
consist of what appears to be like a very elderly man that kind of reminds me of Charles Darwin.
Yes, that's fair.
Was most likely to be our protagonist here.
Likely, yeah, likely.
And what appears to be a sleeping noir detective.
Yes!
There is no explanation as to why these 3 people are on this very bizarre looking train, but
I'm not convinced it's a train yet.
Oh, and what kind of work is that?
Special Agent, Violent Crimes. Central Bureau.
oh,
Yeah, she's a cop!
this is actually like Kathy Rain's great granddaughter.
Yes. I swear if she has a last name of Rain, I will cry laughing.
Well, shit.
Oh my god!
Mr. Darwin, what's your language?
What's your language, sir? This is a family picture with nudity.
Yeah, this is definitely
Oh,
not
it
a
is a
family-friendly game.
Yes. You gotta get up the elevator, like, you know.
Oh. Well. Oh, okay, I've got...
We got stuff now.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
wait,
she's
still
still
cutscene.
coming.
You there. This is a restricted crime scene.
Well, I'm a cop.
Addie's Constable Special Agent. England?
England?
I mean, that would be how that... England.
Yeah, I think that is.
Hi there, I'm Vera. Your superior briefed you about me, right? Vera, England, Central Bureau. Probably the last one.
Yeah, I think the last one, kind of like, you know, let him know who you are.
Yeah.
Vera England, Central Bureau.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Agent England. Sorry for shouting at you. I'm Gabriel.
I might actually switch it to auto move the text.
You're good.
I may
Oh,
not.
well, I think
Apology
you're in a
accepted.
cutscene at the moment.
Now, brief me, please.
Certainly, ma'am.
I had originally... it's a tough thing, because, like, on the one hand, I want to be able to pause like this so that we could talk.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'd also, like, you know, having to remember to click the button each time.
That's a drawback.
The victim is Carl Oscarson, age 33. Stabbed to death by an unknown assailant.
Presumably not the man covered in blood, then.
I don't know. I'm a little sus of the guy shiftily looking back and forth covered in blood.
I mean, he might have found the victim.
Okay, that's fair.
That's pretty standard fare there of suspect found the victim. It's like, oh, well, they're covered in blood, so they must be the person that did this. This isn't the 20s.
He worked
Yeah.
here as a carpenter and was found early this morning by a coworker who was sitting over there by the window.
I mean, I suppose we don't know that it's not 3020, so...
This is true.
Got it.
Acknowledge suspect number 1.
Okay.
Oh,
So we got a personality graph here.
always love those.
So you... Vera can advance 3 distinct personality traits. Empathic, assertive, and analytical. Your choices will influence all 3, affecting the course of the story and the tools at your disposal.
Oh, interesting.
Advancing one personality trait always weakens the other 2, so make your choices carefully.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
Sorry about the state of the crime scene. We're not used to this sort of thing.
I get it, but I gotta tell you, this isn't up to par. Follow my lead, alright? Evidently, this entire room should have been evacuated. Staying clear of the body will have increased the risk of contaminating evidence. Oh, don't worry about it, Constable. This looks quite typical. I'd probably say the first one.
Yeah.
Kinda like, bring him up to our speed.
Yeah.
I get it, but I gotta tell you that this isn't up to par. Follow my lead, alright?
Will do, ma'am. Happy to assist in any way you need.
Good to hear. Now, give me a second while I examine the body.
Sure, I'll be here.
In addition to being an obvious, police detective, I am also a medical coroner in my spare time.
You see, you have all the video game detective traits where you can examine bodies and all of the nonsense that an individual person would have to do.
So we've amplified Vera's assertive side.
Oh, interesting.
So, is this where you use your X-ray vision?
Well, actually, yes.
You don't know she doesn't have that.
My what?
Come on, you have to be aware of the rumors. How agents like you are supposed to be equipped with some kind of advanced cybernetics.
I don't know what you're talking about. Flips open the computer I have built in my arm.
Yes.
Let's just say I'm good at what I do. We'll leave it at that. The Central Bureau has a strict no-comment policy on those types of inquiries. Talk about that, Gabriel. If I'd be breaking the rules, sorry.
I'm a fan of one of the last two.
Yeah. Love to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'd be breaking the rules.
I'd love to talk about that, Gabriel, but I'd be breaking the rules. Sorry.
Okay.
Use left mouse button to walk and interact with objects. Spacebar, tab, hold, display interactables in the room. That's good. Click once on an inventory item to examine it, or drag and drop it to combine it with other things. With obviously is our
Yeah.
okay.
Are you gonna? Yeah, you're gonna do that.
I can't. I'm torn. I'm glad that I can,
Switch it on,
re-access it though. Alright, so we got a couple different things here: forensic scanner, biometric analyzer, muscle boost,
Muscle boost?
My
handgun.
service pistol. It fires conventional projectiles using magnetic propulsion. It's loaded with 600 rounds of compressed alloy ammunition.
Holy fuck, that's a lot of ammo.
We got a rail
The battery's the
pistol.
limiting factor, lasting for about 80 shots in quick succession.
That's still a lot! You say that as if it's no big deal.
I mean, if we're
Probably isn't.
dealing with kind of a cyberpunk-esque
Yeah.
world, that's definitely not. That's definitely probably pretty standard there.
Yeah, probably. Carl's murder.
Show inventory items during dialogue with clicking on them.
The reason I'm here. I need to gather as much evidence as possible and try to get some kind of lead on the killer. Carl Oscarson, murdered at age 33. He had a job as a carpenter in the Nordson workshop hall.
Is Gabriel on
seems
our
like
list?
a straight shooter. A competent, no bullshit cop.
It's just a list of people that we know.
Yeah.
My picture of Alex. I miss him.
Okay. Let's start by examining the body.
Alright, we've got multiple
Alright.
knife-sized stab wounds to the chest.
So a knife.
Did you use your forensic vision to tell that? No, I used my eyes.
I used my eyes.
Used my eyes, Gabriel.
I don't see a murder weapon, so I take it none was found at the scene?
Near that, or he was stabbed with an ice knife.
Yeah.
Knife made of ice.
That's right. All knives and sharp tools in the building have been accounted for, too.
It looks like the victim was attacked directly from the front.
I mean, you didn't
I don't see
turn
any
him
major
over,
defense
so.
wounds, so this was either a surprise attack, or the victim knew the perpetrator.
I mean, I suppose you could check the back, but it would be a bit strange to stab someone in the back, then flip them over and stab them repeatedly in the front.
Well, I'm just saying. You don't want to leave anything unturned.
Yeah.
What about any potential suspects, Constable? Did Carl have enemies?
None as far as we know. He seemed to be well liked among the guys here, but the man who found him might know more.
Probably.
There was a photo
Candy
in his chest
wrapper.
pocket.
A photo, okay.
Careful.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hit the chair.
Sorry.
Don't want you to hurt yourself.
On the chair?
Yes. And lower right. Yeah. Okay, so these are augments.
Oh, interesting.
We
got
do have-
muscles!
We got muscle, we got biometrics, and forensics. Yeah, no. He was right to suspect us.
He was right. He knew the whole time. He spied us as a cyborg the moment we came in.
I mean, you know, if you have this haircut and you live in a cyberpunk world,
you
definitely have cybernetics.
Yeah.
That's like a requirement.
Required.
You get cybernetic augmentations, and they immediately just shave off half your hair.
Yes.
Stylish. You gotta fit the aesthetic, you know?
You have to fit the aesthetic.
Start with your augs to learn how they work. Additional tutorials will appear when needed later on. You unlock different augmentations and how you've shaped Vera's personality. Interesting.
It's a bloody photograph of Carl and a young woman, taken fairly recently by the look of it. He's holding hands with the woman, but I can't discern her face. Too much damage to the photo. She's wearing a brass necklace. Could be relevant.
Definitely gonna be relevant. Hold on. I'm gonna let the cat out.
Yeah.
Alright, so we can drag things into that scanner?
Actually, I think we dragged the scanner.
We drag the scanner, okay.
Drag and drop the scanner to move it around. Anomalies viewed through the lens will light up in a bright color.
Interesting.
The scanner is now in smart scan mode, where forensic anomalies are detected from the surrounding environment.
Oh, hey. I think that's blood.
Blood type B. Died about 6 hours ago. DNA prints and blade shape add to data vault.
Oh, interesting.
Collected scanner samples will be added to your data vault and can be attached to the scanner for a targeted search. Unlike the smart scan, samples will allow detection in areas with a lot of contamination, such as picking up specific fingerprints in a room full of prints. Keep in mind that you won't find any new samples this way, so remember to use the smart scan mode too. Okay.
Interesting.
Postmortem, huh? That would suggest that he likely only touched the body after death.
Oh
Her
dear.
eyes are like...
I suppose that does make sense. We are using an augmentation here.
This is true. Yeah, it's Carl's blood. Not surprising. But if he only touched him after death, that kind of excludes him, I think, as the perp. What's that?
I found some blood.
Oh, fingerprints, actually.
Okay, that must be Carl's
so
locker.
That's Carl's fingerprints. I figured that Carl's bio was specifically his blood, but that's good to know.
I keep thinking that little blip of yellow on the floor is going to be something when it's probably just a bit of set dressing.
Yeah. Oh, that's how I turn smart scan. Check around for... Obviously, this is going to be the same thing as before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it matches. It's where he was stabbed.
It ought to match.
I think, unless we see something that, like, you know, they stabbed again or a knife.
Yeah. Anything else that we can smart scan? Before I scanned that.
Doesn't look like it.
Can I?
That combination.
I may not put the photo in the forensic scanner.
No scanner for you. On nearby targets.
Biometric analyzer will automatically lock on nearby targets. You can also click the lock icon on your targets to force the analyzer to stay connected. Lastly, the biometric output may display emotional abnormalities during dialogue.
Oh.
Note them to make them known to Vera before they disappear. Oh dear. There's gonna be timed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can see he's anxious.
I mean, anyone
Understandably.
would be. Relax.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Muscle boost increases your strength for a limited time. Interact with your target before the timer runs out, or it will need time to recharge. Okay.
Okay. What about,
Yeah.
try opening the locker?
Yeah. We should definitely examine everything around before we start talking to...
Locked. Doesn't look incredibly strong, though. I might be able to get it open with enough force.
The muscles for.
Yeah. What this is that we should probably search around before we talk to
Dude McBro.
yeah.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ,
God!
Wreck the place.
No reason for alarm. I just needed to get this locker open.
Got boots and coat.
There was a piece of paper in one of the inner pockets.
Anything
A
in the
pair
boots?
of large boots with dirt under them.
Interesting. Saffron.
The note looks like it was written by a woman. It reads, "Hi, doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses."
Okay.
Okay. So he probably has someone in his life. I mean,
A
the
row of
photo is
personal
probably
lockers for the
them.
workers here. The
Yeah.
second one from the left belongs to Carl.
Old soda fountain.
Looks pre-collapse, basically a glorified corner lamp. There's a coin slot on the side with a coin stuck in it. I can probably pull it out using some extra strength.
Should we be concerned about the phrasing before collapse?
Should I pull out the coin?
Sure, we could use the money.
Got the coin.
You never know when,
It's an old pre-collapse coin. No one would accept it as payment today.
Interesting.
That's fascinating. And now it's ours. It's a little souvenir.
Gabriel,
It's definitely not going to be important to like the actual. Watch it somehow be important.
Yeah.
do you know anything about saffron plants?
I know we grow them here in Nordsund, but I'm not sure exactly where.
Huh.
We have vegetables all over.
What can you tell me about yourself?
Not much to tell. I grew up here in Nordsund, and all my family is here. The commissary is my uncle. He's always been the one who encouraged me to become a policeman.
So, how long have you been a cop?
8 years now.
Wow, 8? Must have started young.
Yep, started as a trainee at age 16.
I see.
What can you tell me about this
I don't need to
coin?
show him that.
Okay.
I found this in Carl's coat. What do you make of it?
I mean, I feel like we could show him the coin. Maybe he might have an idea.
I'm not sure. But it's a bit strange that the person who wrote this couldn't just tell him face to face.
Maybe they didn't want to risk being seen together. Or the note's author needed to leave in a hurry.
Yeah, could be.
Or the note's author is mute.
Also possible.
Okay, that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
Or deaf.
Okay.
Alright, let's talk to worker. Oh, lock target, yeah.
Yeah. Be quick and to the point. He doesn't look happy to be here. Take your time to console the clearly distressed man. Begin by asking about his bloody hands. Looks can deceive. If he's guilty, stalling would give him a chance to come up with a lie.
I say one of the first two. What about you?
I'd say take your time to console him.
Okay.
Hey there. What's your name?
I'm Alfred, Carl's friend. Well, we were friends. Now he's gone.
Are you doing okay? Do you have somebody to talk to after this?
I'll be okay. Please just ask your questions so I can go home.
Alright.
Okay.
Let's talk about, Carl.
Can you tell me a little bit about Carl?
Sure. I've known him since I started working here 4 years ago. We instantly hit it off. He had a great sense of humor. He used to be so cheerful, you know? Always kidding around, always with a smile on his face. But then about a year ago, something happened. He became absent-minded and humorless.
Interesting.
I know people can change, but this came seemingly from nowhere.
Huh. What do you think caused this shift?
No idea. Whatever it was, he wouldn't confide in me about it.
What's your opinion on the policeman over there?
Gabriel is a good man. He's been a cop in Nordsund for quite a while.
Alright, so let's go back, Let's talk about murder.
Why don't you tell me about what happened this morning?
Okay. I get up early for my morning smoke. I keep my smokes in my locker, so I came in here.
Jake, please.
I saw Carl lying in the corner. It was still kind of dark, so I thought he'd fallen and hurt himself. I ran over to him. That's when I noticed the blood, and I guess I was kind of in shock, so I tried to stop the bleeding, but then I felt how cold he was. I yelled for help. The guys came running, and then Josef, our foreman, sent someone to go get the police.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Carl alive?
Late last night, around midnight. He stayed up with us playing cards, which is unusual.
Unusual? How so?
Well, it was rare for Carl to stick around in the evenings. He usually went out by himself.
Oh. Do you know where he used to go?
No idea. He didn't talk much about that. Maybe he went to the canteen to meet some friends. Anyway, Carl seemed a bit anxious last night. He seemed distracted.
Got it. Thanks for the info.
I didn't see any changes. I don't think he's lying here.
Yeah. To be fair, I also don't know. We also don't know what the changes are gonna look like.
This is true, but I didn't see it do anything.
Yeah.
I was watching it.
Do you know anything
I was
about
watching
saffron
too.
plants?
Nope. I know we grow them in Nordsund, but that's it.
Fair enough. We could try showing him the
I don't think he'd
picture.
be interested in that.
I feel like
I
that
suppose we
coin
didn't
is
show-
probably just gonna show up later.
Yeah.
as
So we didn't
something.
show Gabriel the photo.
We did not.
Do you know who wrote this note to Carl?
Afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting.
Didn't see any change.
No. Try the photo.
Have a look at this picture. Do you know who the woman is?
Yeah, that's just some old girlfriend of Carl's from ages ago.
Is that so?
Oh, there.
It doesn't
there.
look that old. At least Carl looks about the same.
Okay, so
Guess the guy aged well. Any other questions?
Okay, he knows who that is.
yeah. And we got the anomaly, so that's how that looks.
Yeah.
When he has nothing to gain by being deceptive, be stern about, he's clearly being exhausted, try to appeal to his conscience. What do you think?
Well, my thought would be to logically explain that he has nothing to gain by being deceptive, but if you want to go down more of the empathic route, because I think we've been more empathic the last couple times, trying to appeal to his conscience would probably be the way to go.
I would be leaning on the first one too, though.
Let's go, let's do it.
You should know that it would not serve your best interests to hide information from me. By refusing to cooperate, you'll force me to escalate the situation with a formal interrogation at the police station. None of that is necessary. I'm only interested in finding Carl's murderer.
You gotta love that she was very clear in, like, the description there, that, like, this is some like, BioWare, like, conversation. They've logically explained that there's nothing to gain from being deceptive.
Yeah, and then she's just like...
She's like, hey, you wanna go down to the station, you punk?
Yes! Yes.
I'm sorry. I gave him a promise.
He's dead.
You gave him a promise? Well, he's dead now, so... Did he make you promise that even in death you wouldn't tell anyone?
Especially if the police ask, don't tell them.
The lady in the photo, Carl is still seeing her. Well, was, I suppose.
Why wouldn't you tell me that from the beginning?
It was a secret. Carl said they would both get in trouble if anybody knew.
Why would they get into trouble? An affair?
I didn't ask, but yeah, it could be.
All right. Tell me everything you know about this woman.
Carl said she lived somewhere north of town, but that's all I know.
Okay, I believe you.
Mr.
I could go and follow up on the Saffron lead now, but I should check out the dormitory first.
Yeah.
That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Gabriel. Let's
Gabriel.
check
Yeah?
You know, the fact that it locks means that tells me,
Yeah.
as like a designer, that at some point we're gonna have to keep an eye on someone's heart rate based on what we're doing in a room. Like if they see us walking towards something and it spikes, we know there's something over there.
That's a good point. I like that. That's a good point.
Do you know anything about a woman who was seeing Carl?
I'm afraid not. I didn't know Carl myself.
That is
Do you know
okay.
who the woman in this photo is?
Too hard to tell. Sorry.
That's very fair.
Okay, that's all I need for now.
Let's go to the dormitory.
Very well, Agent.
See you suckers,
Hey, I'm
we're
gonna go
going.
check out the door. Where's Carl's bed?
Turn left and then go straight. I left the light on so it'd be easy for you to find.
Gotcha. Be right back.
I definitely will not snoop in other people's rooms.
Definitely not.
Oh, it's not gonna let me snoop in other people's rooms.
Apparently not.
Got bunk beds, desk, chest, ventilation tube, bag.
Dirty laundry. Smells like machine oil.
Interesting.
Both beds look recently used. Huh. Odd place for a ventilation duct. Pens and paper. Nothing out of the ordinary. Clean clothes and sheets. Nothing interesting.
Let's get that scanner up.
Yeah.
Let's do the smart scan first and then maybe look around for like Carl's bio, probably the boot print.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, we didn't use the boot print in the other thing, but it'll probably be fine.
Okay, I'm not picking up anything on the smart scanner.
Yeah.
Let's load Carl's bio.
I immediately. Fingerprints, of course, matching Carl, so we can assume that's his bunk.
Yeah. Or it's at least his, oh no, that's his bunk.
That's definitely his bunk.
Aha.
He was touching
There
this
are a lot
panel.
of prints around a panel on the air duct.
It's likely something else. There's likely something hidden there.
Yeah. Okay, so
Just gotta load the other things real quick.
I doubt with the blade shape, but
Certainly
definitely
not.
look around. Try the boot prints though. Nope, wasn't wearing his boots in here. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Let's try that. We might have
The
to
panel is
strong arm
screwed
it
on
open.
tight. I'll need some way of getting it loose.
And by some way, I mean my muscles.
I mean, should we just try and rip it off?
Yeah, I think we can rip it off. It's
Sure,
fine.
I could try to use brute force, but I'd risk damaging what's inside.
Ah, fine.
Fair.
You're no fun.
I've looked there already.
Okay, so we know this is Carl's bunk.
Wait, use the coin on the ventilation tube.
Oh. You think that'll work? You're
Aha!
right. Completely right.
There was
Key?
a small key hidden inside the duct.
Interesting.
I think I'm almost done here. I should just talk to Gabriel before I go. A small, unique-looking key.
The small, unique-looking key.
Hey, I think I'm done here.
Oh, okay. Mind sharing your findings?
This man was stabbed.
This man was stabbed.
It
I
seems
found
like
a
the
key.
murder could be tied to a secret relationship Carl had with a woman. But I'm leaving all options open.
Sounds reasonable. Do you have a lead to follow up on?
Yes, I have reason to believe that Carl recently passed through an area with saffron plants somewhere in Nordsund. Maybe I can correlate that with Carl's movements to the north of town when seeing that woman.
Good. Meanwhile, we'll transport the body to the morgue and have an autopsy performed as soon as possible.
As it turns out, Carl was poisoned.
Remarkable.
Do you want us to keep the area sealed off?
No need. I'm done here and won't come back. You can let the men get back to work.
Very well. I'll let them know.
By the way, how do I get to the police station from here?
Just head straight east outside. You'll see it.
Got it. See you later.
Try talking to Alfred about the key.
Alright, go for it.
A few more questions, if I may?
Turn that on real quick.
Any idea of what this key opens?
Nope, haven't seen a key like that before.
Fair enough.
That's enough questions for now.
Okay.
Shall we head out?
Yeah, let's head out.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's like a little anvil and hammer.
Mm-hmm.
There's the elevator. A wreck.
Interesting.
Worker, policeman.
Museum.
Hey, what's happening here?
Bit of an electrical problem with some fallen power lines.
Oh yeah.
It's being taken care of, but
Oh.
it'll be a while.
How do we not even notice that?
So I
I
can't enter the
don't know.
museum?
Well, you can, but only if electrocution is something you enjoy during working hours.
Yeah, if it's fixed. There'd also be incineration for my electrocutions to be followed by intense burning. What caused it? Someone mess up, or was there some kind of environmental damage? Yeah, it seems like the.
Yeah, yeah.
What caused it? Did someone mess up, or was there some kind of environmental damage?
It does kind of look like someone crashed.
Yeah.
Oh, we've had a windy week. An old tree fell down and ripped down a major power line.
unrelated crash.
Yes.
It's in a tricky spot, and due to how the grid is built up, I can't cut the power safely without affecting half the town.
Sounds like a flawed design. Is that typical for electrical grids these days?
Not really. This power grid is quite old, constructed shortly after the collapse. That meant they had to improvise. They couldn't just clone existing power systems at the time, since those were reliant on service robots with negligible safety concerns.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So yeah, now I'm paying the price. The whole thing is riddled with hacks and workarounds, each one more dangerous than the next.
I see. I don't envy such a hazardous work environment. How long will it take you to fix?
Hard to say, but it should be done by tomorrow morning.
That's good.
All right, thanks.
We might have to go to the museum tomorrow
Hello,
morning.
Deputy.
Yeah.
What are you guarding?
The residence of the first murder victim. The commissary told me to direct you to his office before going upstairs.
Oh.
I see. I'll go
What
find
do you
him.
mean
and come
first
back
murder
later.
victim?
Sounds
What
good.
concerning.
First murder victim!
How many murders happened today?
Looks like an old hovercraft.
Oh.
I don't need to go down to the ground right now.
Probably need to go down to the town square if I had to guess.
Definitely.
All right.
Boy.
So this is the town square. That building with the emblem must be the police station.
So we got a canteen, a school, clinic, police station, east,
like it.
north, and town entrance. Okay.
Excellent. To the police station we go. Oh, you know, that's probably supposed to be a
surprised the Bureau
sword
got their
or
thumb out
something.
of their ass.
Yeah.
It's not like they could find Nordson on a map.
I, for one, am grateful for their help. From what I hear, the person they sent is young, but quite capable.
Jake.
He's being quiet.
He's kicking the boxes.
No kicking.
Optimistic as always, eh, Kurt? I guess we'll see. Agent Anglin, we've been expecting you.
Councilwoman, I was told you'd be my bureau contact here.
That's correct. I'm Stina Ruth. And this here is Kurt Anderson, police commissary.
Welcome, Agent. Enjoy your trip to the middle of nowhere?
Always.
It was a bit bumpy, and way longer than I expected.
Yeah, that train has seen better days. You'll find your luggage in your quarters, just through the door behind me.
Thanks. I'll check it out later.
So, you were probably confused as hell when we sent you straight to a crime scene, right?
Not particularly.
That's pretty
Kind of.
normal.
I thought I was supposed to investigate a murder from last week.
Oh.
Oh no!
You were. But unfortunately, a second killing required your urgent attention.
Oh boy.
I assume there are some Bureau procedures before I brief Agent England about the situation?
Yes. Why don't you head to your office, and I'll send this youngling on her merry way when we're done.
Very well. It was a pleasure to meet you, Agent.
Likewise. I'm a bit confused here. Who do I report to?
Only to me, as overseer of this district. The local police are at your disposal, since they're legally required to aid you in the investigation.
Got it. How would you like me to share my findings with you?
Face to face, in the evenings. The balcony inside the local canteen is a good place to meet.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
I think I have what I need then. I'll go talk to the commissary.
Good. We'll catch up later. Oh, but I have to ask. Tell me, how was it for you?
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We've both done it.
Oh, you mean my You mean the augmentation, the nanofluid injection.
Nanofluid.
Interesting.
Sticking to the boring scientific terms, aren't we? Back in my time, we used to just call it taking the blue.
Interesting.
Come on, let this old lady live a little. Tell me, how was your first kiss with the blue?
Did we pump our blood full of nanomachines?
Maybe.
I felt an amazing sense of belonging, like I was connected to everything and everyone around me. A sudden rush filling my limbs and body, followed by a sense of power and determination.
Undertale? I'm just kidding.
A sense of enlightenment and acute awareness washed over me. A crystal clear lucidity I'd never felt before.
Interesting.
Oh, how do you want to respond? Obviously, they're all accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I like the first one or Undertale, personally.
Let's go with the first one.
I felt an amazing sense of belonging. Like I was connected to everything and everyone around me.
I remember that moment like it was yesterday. What I wouldn't give to feel like that again. No side effects, I hope? We wouldn't want you to get compromised in dangerous situations.
Not yet, but I know what to look out for.
Good.
Mild hallucinations, nightmares, burning sensations in the limbs, the occasional migraine. Things like that.
Great.
Good
all
things
great
to
stuff.
know. Definitely keeping an eye out for that.
Yeah, that covers the usual suspects. All right, I think you're good to go then. We shouldn't keep the commissary waiting.
A thermos, presumably filled with coffee.
Coffee.
Pour ourselves a cup of coffee.
Damn good coffee.
The only thing we weren't allowed to do in Kathy Rain, drink the darn coffee.
Indeed. Now I kind of want coffee.
I mean, you can make coffee.
I can.
Not right now.
All right, Agent. Would you like me to brief you about the first murder?
Commissary, this is the saddest office I've ever seen.
Is that a bathtub over there? What is that?
A witch thing.
With the
That
stairs. What is that?
Radiation chamber. That's what I'm going with.
All right. I mean, it's pretty big.
It's pretty big, yeah. It's only got one window, no lights.
That's all you need is window and radiation chamber. Oh, there's like a lamp on the desk too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tiny desk lamp.
Yes, please.
It is nowhere near all the books.
Maya Strand, 41 years old. The caretaker of the Nordson Museum.
Oh.
She was found by the janitor on the floor near the exhibits early last Wednesday.
That would explain what's going on with the museum.
Yeah.
Just like Carl, she was stabbed. No witnesses, no evidence. Killer practically a ghost.
Have we considered ice knife? I feel
No
like we're not
signs of
giving
a
ice
forced
knife
entry.
a chance.
So either the entrance was open, or she let him in herself.
Interesting.
What about her residence? Anything out of the ordinary in there?
Nothing, as far as we could tell. But we left the place as we found it, if you want to have a look. She lived upstairs from the museum.
Noted. The crime scene is no longer intact, though, correct?
Afraid so. The museum is important to Nordson, so we had the place cleaned out pretty quickly.
Now that I'm here, I'll assume that you'll check with me before clearing out any future crime scenes. Sorry to hear that. I guess bureaucrats messing up police work isn't just a city problem, huh? Exactly what kind of power does Town Hall have over the Nordstrom police? Nordson. Not Nordstrom.
I think I'd vote bureaucrats messing up police work. What about you?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. I guess bureaucrats messing up police work isn't just a city problem, huh?
You have no idea. Sometimes I feel like I'm spending half my time arguing with those fools.
One more thing. I'd like to see Maya's body, if that's possible.
I've never seen this spelling for Maya.
No.
It is pretty cool, though.
Of course. We brought it out of the freezer this morning. You'll find it in the morgue, over at the clinic.
I was really worried he was going to say,
Dr.
it's over there!
It's awaiting your arrival.
Good. I'll head there when we're done.
Okay. Are we in a conversation with him? We can ask him stuff.
We could ask him stuff. Ow.
Careful.
I'm okay.
I feel like it's probably best to always leave this on when talking to people.
Not a bad idea.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not at all. Museums aren't my cup of tea. I prefer to not dwell on the past.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
I respect her. She's a competent politician. She gets things done, unlike some of the other people on the council. Sure, she has a temper, and she's not the most tactful person, but she calls out bullshit when she sees it.
Which is often, I'm sure.
When I'm right, she has my back. And when I'm wrong, well, she won't let me revel in my sweet ignorance for long.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Me? Oh, I've been doing this job for 15 years now. I took over when the previous commissary died. I'm married with 3 children. Anita, my youngest, is off studying science in the city now. We're counting the days to Christmas when she comes back to visit.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
All right. What do you know about her?
All I have is a picture of her that I found on Carl, but it's damaged and her face can't be clearly seen.
Tricky. If you had any kind of personal information, like an address, you could look her up in our records. They're in the drawers behind me.
That's good to know.
Noted. I'll get back to you about this if I learn more. What do you think of Gabriel?
My nephew is a...
Oh, wow.
officer. He's
Oh, yeah,
a
he did
law and order
mention
kind of
that.
person.
Oh, yeah.
Stern, but fair.
Oh, law enforcement runs in the family.
You know this.
I wish, but so far, Gabriel and I are the only ones. I've been trying to get my son to join the force for years. All he cares about is girls and fishing. Suppose it could be worse. At least he brings home a fresh trout every now and then.
Sounds like he's living a better life.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
Carl Oscarson, son of Oscar.
I wouldn't say so. He and my son were playmates as children, but they grew apart in their teens. Haven't talked to Carl myself for many years.
Well, I mean, he's being moved to the morgue, if you want to say anything.
No.
Do you know if saffron is grown anywhere in Nordson?
Was mean.
Yes.
I think so, yes. There should be someone in town with more information.
What do you know about the murder in the locker room over at the workshop hall?
Not much. As you know, the murder happened shortly before you arrived, so I'm leaving the matter in your capable hands.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Any idea of what this opens?
Hey, we lost the coin.
Coin, come
Nope,
back.
not a clue.
What do you make of this?
Not sure. But if you need to know when somebody came to town, I'd suggest looking in the citizens' records behind me.
Right. I might do that if I could figure out who wrote this note. Do you know who the woman in this picture is?
Presumably not.
No idea, sorry.
All right.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
Off to the morgue.
Oh, it's a greenhouse.
It's a greenhouse? Sir, why do you have a greenhouse here? What are you
There
doing?
we go.
What are you doing?
Well, we actually need to stop.
Oh, okay.
This seems like a good place to stop. I was trying
Sounds
to get
good. You just wanted
Vera to be centered.
you wanted her to be staring at the audience with
Yeah.
her laser eyes.
I suppose I can have her stare at the back of the commissary's head.
Murder, murder, murder.
You might not like that, though.
Anyway.
Very. Good game, though, so
Yeah,
far.
I'm enjoying myself. Very interested if they have some world building to learn. I love this sort of shit.
Yeah. Alright, so we've got a collapse.
Yeah.
We've got previously existing robot, like, servitors.
Yes.
Which means that there are no longer robot servitors, probably involved in the collapse.
Possibility. There's nanobots.
Yeah, we got nanobots that, like, are obviously what give you your augments.
Yeah.
But that... Well, I clicked that she changed pose slightly, so...
Oh.
Anyway, but we got those things. The cat building out what's going on with the world.
And possibly a serial killer on the loose.
Definitely a serial killer on the loose. I mean, considering the existence of, again, like, cybernetic augmentations, and we don't know exactly what they're like. Like, it's entirely possible that the person might just have, like, a knife that retracts into their wrist.
Yes, that's a good point.
Some hellish combination of Assassin's Creed and Cyberpunk. But, we'll have to come back to this next time.
Yes, definitely.
I hope you enjoyed.
Well, I'm having fun.
Yeah, same. I can definitely see us missing some of those anomalies in like people's heart rates if we're not paying attention to them.
Yeah, we'll try not to, but
but like the text is at like the top of the screen and like the readers at the bottom.
We'll find out. We'll see if we're good at it or not.
Yeah. But we'll see you next week.
See ya!